Okay, my name is Grussendorf here, and I just kind of opened up a new item here that I'm going to be trying out here for some cooking, and this is called the 1 second slicer. This was highly recommended from my sister. She evidently tried it a while back and said it's pretty much the best thing since sliced bread. So evidently no more cutting onions, making yourself cry, anything like that. Slice it with the old doggone knife here, you know, going this, wiping the eyes and doing all this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's a thing of the past. So I actually tried it already a few times in here. You can see some of the things. So what it does, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of features here. It can slice, it can grate cheese, it can do potatoes, carrots, onion, whatever, you name it, it's good to go. So I'm just gonna give a quick demonstration here on what the 1 second slicer can do. Here's a whole bunch of different features and stuff in there, you know, little blades, little grates and stuff. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. I didn't really read the instructions. I just kind of went to town and started doing it. So here we go. So what you do is you take it and you shove it right in there. Then you're gonna get ready to close this down. See how it won't close down all the way because that onion there is actually keeping the lid from closing. But all you do is apply a little bit of pressure, and I guess it just kind of cubes them up. So let's give it a shot. Look at that. Now that is, look at it, and hardly anything on the top of the grates, but it's all in there. So let's get a couple more in here. Let's get a little bigger one. Let's do it again here. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I mean, you can do it as fast as your fingers can push them in there. I mean, it's unbelievable. Of course, the bigger they are, you know, you have to put a little bit more pressure. You can't be a wuss or anything and just do it. So look at that. Right in, I mean, come on. This is unbelievable. Let's go a little bit bigger one here. Let's go 2 bigger ones in there and see what happens there. Okay, so we're gonna go down. Look at that. That's unbelievable. So let's keep on going here. Get this onion done. So we're gonna go like this. In fact, I'm gonna go right in close to the camera here so we can kind of go fast, and let me just throw all the rest of them in here. Jeez, I got a lot of them here. I'm making a chili tonight in the crock pot. So we go like this. Boom. I mean, look at that. Now let's open up the lid. And what's really cool is hold tight to your lid. You can put it on here like that. You can click the sides, ends. You can store it in the fridge for later use. So we're not going to use that quite yet because I'm not really storing anything. So that's the onions there, in there, okay? So, I mean, look at how awesome that is. I mean, they're all just cubed. And my eyes are not watering. It's fantastic. I mean, it's just wonderful. So, okay. Well, that's the onions. So I'm going to figure this out a little bit more, and we're going to come back, do some peppers here in a little bit. So we'll be back. Okay, here I am back again. I'm going to do phase 2 of the 1 second slicer, and a really good shout out to the Trial Sales and Marketing for marketing such a wonderful product here. As you can see, I already tried. We're going to be doing peppers now, but I actually tried one already just to make sure everything is going good. So what I always recommend is when you take a pepper, you know, I always, you know, take the top off, de-seed them and everything like that. So I tried a whole pepper in there, and honestly, it's just that grate that you do, it just wasn't big enough. Not a downfall or anything, it's just, you just gotta use a knife and just make a slice. So I basically took this, you can see how, I'll show you here, you know, this was 1 pepper. So basically what I did is I just split them. So it's gonna be simple. But now, you know how in the past you always had to take your knife and do this and turn them and do that just to get your cubes in here. So now we're gonna do this. We're gonna put it in here and we're gonna see exactly how well this works. So we're gonna put it in on top of the grate, and again, we're gonna close the lid, and that is going to basically cube them up. Now I always recommend, you know, doing this on a firm, solid surface. Just the way that the camera's positioned right now, I have to hold it with my hand, so I'm not gonna be able to get that force, so it's gonna be a little bit more of a struggle. It's not a downfall or anything, just put it on your countertop and you're gonna be just fine. So here we go. This is gonna be the pepper, so we'll do a couple of these here and we're gonna see how this turns out. So again, put the pepper in to the cubed grates, put the lid down, see how it stays up affixed like that, because of course the pepper is keeping the lid from coming down. So we just go ahead and apply some pressure and cube them up. Just like that. See? Look at how perfect that was. I mean, that is just absolutely excellent. So now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab another couple, let's see, I'm going to grab a pepper here. Oh, I'm going to grab some chunks of pepper here that I did. So we got chunks, we got a chunk. I'm just going to throw some chunks in there. Go ahead and slice them down. Boom, look at that. You can see how I did the red before, what I said I don't have on film, but I'm doing all the oranges now. And now the oranges are all cubed in there. So we're going to go ahead and take another yellow one. We're going to put it upright. we're gonna try this out. And I don't know how well that's gonna work because it might flatten out, but let's go ahead and do it. Actually, it will flatten out, so let's just go ahead and put it flat. Again, go down real quick, and boom! Just like that. I mean, it is. I mean, you got a few little chunks on top and stuff like that, but it's not a huge deal. A lot easier than doing it with a doggone knife, I'm telling you that right now. Go ahead. One solid motion, and boom. Just like that. See? It is just absolutely perfect. We're going to take another orange. Well, actually, I didn't really peel that one good. We're going to take another red one. We're going to go ahead and just slice it out, and look at all that pepper in there. So, peppers do fantastic. Again, try sales and marketing for marketing a fantastic product, making any chef's dream a lot easier in the kitchen. Basically, can cut your cooking down time by at least half. So, okay, well, I'm going to go and put these in and start cooking this stuff up, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to see what it does to mushrooms. Here I am back here again with the 1 second slicer. So now we're going to try out mushrooms. Now, keep in mind, this is the first time I've ever used this. As you see before in the previous video, you know, I did the onion, I did the peppers, and now we're going to try the delicious mushrooms. So I'm not really sure exactly what to do. I'm not a professional chef by any means, but I'm just going to go ahead and start taking some mushrooms here and put them onto the grate. I think you can kind of see that there. So we're just going to put, I don't know, we'll start with maybe four nice big ones there. So we're going to go ahead for, and something I learned, you know, when I was kind of testing this out is, instead of just putting it on and slowly going down, I kind of found out that I'm sure anybody that's ever tried this, it's good to do it in a fast motion. So, I mean, it could be right there, but just go ahead and do that. See how simple that was? I did it with still looking at the camera. Didn't even look at what's going on down here. Well, that's fantastic. So, usually that doesn't happen, but evidently those 4 mushrooms are now all over my countertop. So, well, let's just forget about that. The cat will eat them up. That was really nice. Okay, so we're going to try this again here. We're going to go 1, 2, we're going to go 3, and 4. It's always, you know, crucial to keep in mind that to keep the lid on fast and tight, so that doesn't happen. So again, there they are, as you can see in the bottom of the screen there. My mushrooms are in there. 1 fast motion. Boom. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take this with both hands and open it up, and you can see how they're beautifully cubed in there. So let's go ahead and do. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, like 6, 7. Let's do 7. As you can see there, so we got 7. So again, close it, slam it down, and there you go, just like that. Mushrooms in there. So we're just gonna keep on going ahead and doing this here and see what I can figure out. Got the cat yelling over there because well, I kind of made a mess out of the kitchen here because I got cubed mushrooms everywhere. Well, whatever. At least this isn't scripted by any means. So. Here we go, 1 second slicer. I got a big tower of mushrooms going on here. I can't even get that one balanced in there. See, just like that. Close it down. I'm gonna do it with my eyes closed. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh, there's nothing in the grate. Just cubed. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this mess up here. I'm gonna do the rest of these mushrooms, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna try, I don't know, we'll try celery. How's that sound? Okay, here I am again here now, and we're gonna try out something a little bit different here that I got all my, I don't know, mushrooms all figured out over there. I gotta adjust this camera a little bit here. Yeah, we got the mushrooms all cleaned up, whatever. You know, it's something I kind of firmly believe in is keeping the kitchen clean when you're cooking. I mean, you know, when I'm done cooking something on the stove, if I'm browning the meat or sauteing the onions or something like that, as soon as that's done, clean the doggone pan. Get it out of here, get it out of the way, and then it's out of your area. I mean, it's pretty doggone clean in here right now. I mean, yeah, I got my spatula and the knife that I gotta clean up still, but I'm not done with them quite yet. So, but everything else that I've used, I'm done with. You might want to do it and save it to the end. I like to do it all right as we're going in stages here. So then when I'm ready to eat, then I can watch my movie and don't have to worry about it later on so I can go to bed. Okay, so here what we're going to do. Now keep in mind, I am very new at this. This is the first time ever using this, as you can see, with the mushrooms and the peppers and the onion and stuff like that. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do celery. Now, you know how claim to fame, some, you know, when you go to fish, it's a little off topic, but you know, when you're fishing, they always say that you have, you know, weedless lures and stuff like that. Well, yes, they are weedless to some degree, but I do a lot of fishing in the summertime, and I still find those weeds. This 1 second slicer by the Try Marketing Corporation is not, and I don't think they ever claim to be, but it's not a knifeless design. So don't go to the store and buy this and think that, hey, I never have to use a knife again. Point being, here, this illustrates my point quite nicely. I'm going to do some celery, but I don't want this piece of celery in here because it had some brown in it, so I'm going to throw it away. But anyways, you're not going to take this and it ain't going to work. I mean, yeah, you could not do your knife and break it apart, stuff like this, but then it gets all hairy. I mean, it looks like I'm chucking corn, for crying out loud. So, I use the knife to cut them up into little pieces like this, but it still saves time because I cut them into bigger pieces like this. So I don't know how this is going to work, but let's try it out. Maybe I didn't cut them small enough. I don't know. Let's figure it out here. So as you can see, I got one celery hook in there. Let's do another one kind of on top here. Again, one fast motion, and that's absolutely perfect. They're perfectly cubed, as you can see, inside the bottom. So let's go ahead and put a couple more on here, and I don't want to get too ridiculously over, but here we go. I think you could probably see on the camera. There's like 3 of them in there, so well, now there's 2 because that one fell on the floor. So we'll go like this here, yep. And if anything falls on the floor, what do they have, like the 3 or the 5 second rule? Whatever. I just wipe it off, put it in there, and you're good to go. That's fine. It goes on there for maybe 5 or 6 seconds here, but my shirt's pretty clean, so we're fine. So again, put 2 in there, go ahead and slam it down. That's why it's nice to have that firm surface here, because if I'm gonna slam it down, oh, I got, you know, this going on here. And I'm not the strongest person in the world, but still, I don't need to prove anything here. I'm just cooking food, for crying out loud. Jeez. Okay, so again, I'll try to do it so you can see a little better. I got 2 in there, slam it down. Man, it's just fantastic. So, okay, so that's pretty much, let's do a couple more here so you can kind of see how the celery goes. Now, I know that you can do potatoes, then you can, I think you can shave potatoes with one of the little tools that it came with there. And I haven't tried that. I'm not cooking anything with potatoes today. I'm not cooking anything with cheese today, because I think you can even shred cheese as well. There's a whole bunch of different things that a person can do. It's called the 1-second slicer. I got this at Walgreens. I mean, it's seen on TV and stuff like that, but it's distributed by Tri Sales and Marketing LLC in, I think, Summers, New York. I don't know, maybe they have it on Amazon or something too. I don't know. It was like 20 bucks, like $19 and some change, so I just rounded up to $20. Well worth the investment. Instead of, you know, all those times that I was cooking, the crying, oh my heavenly goodness on those onions. It was a pain in the royal somewhere. So that's what we got there. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that off. We got our celery. I got some more celery to do, but I'm not gonna bore you with all that because you get the point. But look at all the celery, so we're gonna go ahead and dump it into the concoction. Now I'm just gonna take my video here. I want to show you kind of what we've been doing here. So this here is my crock pot, as you can see. Get that? Yeah, look at that. Look at how they're all cubed in there. I mean, you've got your mushrooms, you got your celery, you got your peppers there. Onions, of course, are all kind of mixed in there because I had to brown those up with the hamburger and stuff like that. But I mean, that's fantastic right there. I mean, there's pretty much nothing that the slicer won't do. I'm sure there is something out there, and I'm sure somebody will find something. So, you know, try to chop up some rocks or twigs or something. It's not recommended for that. So far, the 1-second slicer is A+ in my book. I only have to use the knife a few times. Of course, just to kind of quarter up the onion a little bit, because the whole onion, I'd like to try a whole onion in there and see if that whole thing works, but I don't want to break the thing either, so, because I mean, it's plastic. So, I mean, it's not super strong, I guess. I mean, if you're forceful with it a little bit, it'll break, but yeah, so it's a very, very good product here. I would definitely recommend it to anybody that's doing some, you know, moderate cooking, or if you just cook, you know, every day and stuff like that, and you're sick and tired of chopping up and cubing up things with your, you know, your typical knife and stuff, you know, or whatever, however you do it, or peeling them with your fingers, which we gave that demonstration here with the celery and stuff. So keeping the kitchen clean, it's excellent. Yeah, so I just hope you all enjoyed the little expert on the, or my expert opinion on the 1-second slicer. So I would recommend it, and hope you have good luck with it in the future. Thank you.